If there's one thing we've come to expect about the streaming industry, it's change. Here are 5 things we're predicting to happen in the streaming space this year. Let's start with number 1. There will be a big-time merger or two. Last year was defined by 2 things: media studios creating their own streaming platforms and a big merger that saw Discovery Networks buy Warner Brothers Media. But the combining of the very different media assets has not been smooth. As we shared in our most recent State of Streaming update, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav has been canceling shows left and right and slashing staff to bring costs down. Analysts are projecting that all of the cost cutting would be to make Warner Brothers Discovery more attractive to a new buyer.
The name of the game is profitability. Media companies spent billions creating content to acquire customers, and now, as the industry matures, they must become profitable. We think media executives will turn to mergers and consolidation as a way to boost profitability in 2023. Former CEO of Warner Media and founding CEO of Hulu, Jason Kilar, wrote in the Wall Street Journal that he expects 2 or 3 major mergers and/or acquisitions involving entertainment companies in the next 2 years. We know that not every streaming service is going to survive. There's been a ballooning of services that has led many streamers to feel overwhelmed by too many choices, and content is expensive to create. It's only logical to expect a trimming on the horizon. While smaller services like CuriosityStream are likely to be gone, according to Needham analyst Laura Martin, industry insiders think Warner Brothers Discovery and possibly Paramount could become acquisition targets for someone with deep pockets.
And who has deeper pockets than Amazon? The Hollywood Reporter shared CEO Andy Jassy's comments at a New York Times Dealbook Summit saying, quote, "I do think over time we have opportunities to make our Prime Video business a standalone business with very attractive economics," unquote.
That means that down the road, Prime Video could become more than just a value add for Prime members. It could start charging a separate fee for Prime members who want it. To do that, though, it would need more content. Adding either everything on the soon-to-be-combined HBO Max Discovery Plus platform and/or Paramount Plus could make it worth the cost to subscribers.
Another move that could be interesting is Netflix picking up the AMC library if it does indeed go under. Ben Bowman posed this idea in his predictions piece for The Streamable.
AMC Networks has been going through a rough restructuring that could result in it being acquired. If it does indeed reach that point, Netflix acquiring it would help Netflix continue to remain competitive with its content offering as newer entrants like Paramount Plus and Peacock expand theirs, and as it struggles to make its ad-supported tier appealing to subscribers. It might also give people unhappy with the content on the new combined HBO Max Discovery Plus platform this spring a new streaming destination to settle on.
Yeah, but one thing Netflix doesn't have is sports, and that is a big driver of M&A activity. Yahoo Finance noted recently that live sports will drive future M&A activity. Paramount Plus has that. Regardless of what happens, it will be interesting to watch. Now let's move on to our second prediction, the continued growth of FAST services. Free ad-supported streaming services gained a lot of ground in 2022, and that trend does not look like it will be slowing down this year. They are another way for streaming companies to make money because of the ads they can serve to viewers.
As Variety reported, some shows Zaslav pulled off of HBO, including Westworld, Nevers, Raised by Wolves, and F-Boy Island, will be licensed to stream on a new FAST offering that Warner Brothers Discovery will launch. It'll be interesting to see what else Zaslav serves up on the free offering. Some will be good. Friends, which it controls, would surely drive viewing hours. But if it puts up HBO stalwarts like Game of Thrones and Westworld riddled with ads and edited for younger audiences, the viewing experience will be degraded from what it originally was.
Still, Warner Bros. Discovery's decision to launch its own FAST service is an indication that the streaming industry understands there are only so many streaming services people are willing to pay for. As people continue to look for ways to slash spending, they're increasingly looking for free ad-supported services to scratch their TV itch.
Our next prediction is closely related to the continued rise of FAST services, and that's the continued inclusion of ads in streaming services. We saw Disney+, HBO Max, and Netflix all launch ad-supported tiers. That's because they make money, and, as we've already discussed, streaming services need to become profitable this year.
2022 was the first year that Netflix lost subscribers. Wall Street responded by punishing the company's stock price. Investors basically told Netflix that the gravy train of investor money was over and that it needed to become a profitable company. Early reports show that Netflix's ad-supported plan isn't terribly popular with streamers, and there haven't been as many signups as Netflix had hoped for. As we shared in our review of it, we weren't impressed and have opted to stick with the basic non-ad plan until it starts serving up more variety and less inclusion in everything.
Looking across the industry, HBO Max also has a somewhat low adoption rate for its ad plan. As Streamable reported, only 21% of its customers use the ad-supported plan. We find that interesting because it has been a leader in how it rolled out ads. When we reviewed that service, we said we thought it offered a really good experience. But now word is out that ads will begin to be shown in HBO original series, which is a reversal of its original approach and not a good call in our opinion.
Unlike HBO Max, Peacock has seen widespread adoption of its ad-supported tier, with 76% of customers opting for it. That makes it the industry leader for ad-supported plans. Adding locals and Sunday Night Football, as well as access to entire series like The Office and Saturday Night Live to its middle tier, could be part of the reason for its success. We'll see if other streamers get creative with their plans, including how they work ads into them and how they price them over the coming year.
Speaking of creativity, that's our next prediction, that streaming services must get creative in 2023. As we've shared in past streaming updates, churn continues to go up. Part of that is due to people who smartly sign up for a service, binge what they want to watch, and cancel.
There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we're big proponents of it. As long as it's free to cancel, we should expect churn to continue. Still, customers want convenience and would love for more of the content they love to be in one place for a reasonable price, and they want a good user experience.
And that's something streaming services can focus on to reduce churn. As we shared in our Hulu versus Fubo review, Hulu Live can improve its DVR and buffering issues to deliver a better experience. Doing so might help it keep customers despite price increases.
Streamers want good content for a reasonable price. As services' cost to create content continues to increase, they are going to have to get creative with bundles and plans as well as to reduce churn. Maybe that means adding plans that focus on different types of content, or maybe services can get creative with super bundles that combine content with other non-entertainment related services like internet or phone. We're not sure, but if there's one thing Hollywood should be good at, it's creativity. We're going to be looking for some creative solutions to give streamers what they want while still helping media companies achieve the profitability they need.
Yeah, and ideally that profitability will come in ways other than price increases alone, which is our last prediction for the new year. Everyone has raised their prices, and unfortunately, we expect that to continue. But if you understand how the industry works, you shouldn't be surprised. Services intentionally price their subscriptions low to get people to sign up for them. Then they slowly increase them to become more profitable, hoping customers will remain loyal despite having to pay more.
Disney+, Netflix, Apple TV+, and Prime Video all raised rates over the past year. On the live TV side, Hulu Live, Sling TV, and Fubo all raised rates. YouTube TV could be next. It last raised rates in 2020, and it recently outlaid significant cash to acquire the rights to stream NFL Sunday Ticket beginning in the 2023 season. It will need to earn that money back, and a price increase would be a logical way to do that.
The reason it hasn't raised rates in so long is likely because of the deep pockets of Google funding it. It's harder for media companies to delay price increases as they don't have other lines of revenue, like Apple, Google, and Amazon do, to offset the cost of creating content.
It's going to be more important than ever to watch your streaming budget carefully. Pay attention to what you watch and what you sign up for. Use the binge and cancel approach and keep your costs to a minimum with an antenna and free streaming services.
And if you haven't already, use our quiz to find out what streaming service has the most of what you want to watch for the best price. We link to it below, so check it out and share it with someone who's new to streaming.
Well, that does it for this video. What are your predictions for the streaming space in 2023? Who do you think will be the next service to raise rates? What's your favorite free streaming platform?
Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.